Welcome back everyone, this is Mondo All Day, back with another video. And in this video, I'll be doing an overview of Batgirl and Poison Ivy. This is going to be the two remaining figures that build Mr. Freeze from the Batman and Robin Build-A-Figure wave. As always, I'll be talking with the figures itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to now support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at the box for each one. We'll start off with Batgirl, front of the box, this side, the back, the other side, top, and bottom. And we'll do Poison Ivy, front of the box, this side, the back, the other side, top, and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at each figure outside the box. As always, we do come with a card. This is the front of the card looks like for Batgirl. The back of the card. Put this back here. Front of the card looks like for Poison Ivy. The back of the card. Alright, and for Batgirl, it does come with multiple accessories for Mr. Freeze. It comes with his gun, which, like I said, with the Batman and Robin figures, I won't talk about it too much because I won't be doing an overview of Mr. Freeze himself. But just showing you the accessories that it comes with, and here is going to be the face for Mr. Freeze. Put it back there for Batgirl, and Poison Ivy does come with the torso for Freeze. So there's that. No accessories except for the Build-A-Figure pieces, and they both come with a regular plug stand. Now let's take a look at Batgirl. We'll start off with the articulation. So left, right's a bit stiff, but it's good overall. Up, down. Up, down is a bit limited because of the hair you can see back there, but left, right is actually good. Shoulder articulation. Bicep, if I can move the bicep, there you go. Elbow, wrist, and then I'll do torso, swivel, and then we'll do, I can get this straight, there you go, leg articulation, knees, ankles, and toes as well. So the articulation of this figure, it's actually pretty good overall. It's just the head, you can go back and forth a lot. Now let's talk about this figure, because man, this figure, I'll say this right now, this is probably the best Batgirl figure so far that we've gotten by McFarlane. I don't care, I'll say it. I don't care if it's not comic accurate. This is a good looking figure. One, look at this headpiece, the painted eyes, the mask on there, the lips, the paint on the cheek on there. Looks really good. It does look like the actress. Not 100%, but there's a lot of similarity. Then you got the hair design, which looks fantastic in my opinion. Very stylized. But what I like about it is the shadowing. You see that paint right here? How it's like a dark brown, then it kind of leads on to blonde. I like that. Very subtle, but it looks good, especially when you look at in the front view. You see that? It looks really, really nice. You got the painted lips on there. Again, this headpiece looks really good. Again, this is just a headpiece. And then you got to talk about the actual figure itself. One, we'll start off with the arms. The arms look really nice. It has this kind of leather look to it here on the forearm. And then on the actual bicep right here, you can see the Batgirl logo. Then you got here the little spikes on here, the gauntlet. And then the wrist. The fist has that same kind of look that's on Robin and Batman. Some kind of design. And over here it's going to be the same exact thing. Right? You got the Batgirl logo. Looks like a Batgirl. Yeah, pretty sure it's Batgirl logo. It looks like it. Well, this one, is it a Batgirl logo? Yeah, it is, right? It kind of does, but it doesn't. Well, I call it the logo. I'm just going to call it that. The logo. So here we have the logo here. They're both there. And then you have the center torso. which it looks really nice. You got the Batgirl logo on the chest. Then you got this weird like design on here on the sides. You can see that right here, what I'm talking about. Then you got the torso. No defined abdomen compared to Robin and Batman, which is okay though. But it has like a leather look to it, especially on the lower body, which I'll show in a bit. Then you have the cape. The cape, again, very stylized. Very simple design, but it's very stylized. I like how it's like on one side, like to the left. Obviously, it's to the right if you're looking for the front of it on the cape. But overall, the upper body, I gotta say, it looks incredible. Yes, the paint, it's not much to it. It's just black. But you know what? I don't care, because at the end of the day, the design on this figure, it looks really, really, really nice. And kudos to McFarlane. He nailed it. Especially the headpiece. The headpiece, I'm telling you, when you see it in person, you're going to be like, damn, this is a really good headpiece because it looks good. That paint on here, like that shadow paint. Not the shadow paint, the fade paint. I like how it's, again, brown and then light brown and then it goes to blonde. Small touches like that, it just looks really, really nice. And the upper body, I got to say, it looks really, really, really good. Very plain looking in terms of color, but you know what? The design, the sculpture, detail, it looks good for me. Utility belt, not much to it, just has the logo on there in the front, and then the back, there's going to be nothing similar to the other figures. And since we're here, she does not do a lot of squats, which is unfortunate, but it's okay though, because here we have the leg design on here. Let me see if I can do it better. There we go. Much better. So here we have the leg design on here. You can see it has that leather look, like I said, similar to the forearms right here. Kind of has like a leather look to it, even here on the torso. You definitely see it here on the boots itself. The boots have that leather look. And I actually like that. It makes it pop. The only downside is going to be the knees. The knees have a matte leather look. See that right here? Which is unfortunate because the actual joints here, they'll actually have that gloss paint. A little bit, not a whole lot. Shine to the boots. You see that what I mean right here? The joint. But yet the knees have a matte black, which is unfortunate. Then you have the, I don't want to say Batman, but the logo again. Similar logo on here. Was going to be present on here on her thigh from the boots, and then you have the actual thigh itself, which is plain looking, not very muscle tone. But the boots itself, though, the design, again, very stylized, and it looks really, really good. You got the heels on there, too, and there's the feet. Again, it has a leather look. And so, overall, this figure, fantastic looking figure. The cape, the headpiece, the sculpture design. Yes, like I said, the paint is limited. But you know what, though? You can tell where the money went, and definitely went on this headpiece. I'm telling you, when you see this figure in person, this headpiece, it's going to grab your attention. And so, overall, great looking figure. Probably the best Batgirl figure McFarlane's made. The detail, everything about it just looks incredible. So, really loving this figure. Now, let's take a look at Poison Ivy. We'll start off with the articulation. So, left to right, it does articulate. Just the hair does hit. You can see right there what I mean, but it's fine. It's a little stiff right now. I don't want to break it. Up, down, yeah, it's not the greatest because of the hair. Shoulder articulation. Bicep. Elbows. Wrist. There we go. Torso. Torso, it's not the greatest. Oh, it is. There you go. There you go. It's a little stiff, but it does articulate. There you go. Swivel. Then we'll do the leg. Knees. Ankles. And, of course, toes as well. So, overall, the articulation on this figure, similar to Batgirl, it's actually really good overall. Just the headpiece, front and back, is very limited on this figure. Now let's talk about this figure, because finally we have a Poison Ivy figure. We've been wanting Poison Ivy. We finally got one. It's not comic accurate, but hey, I'll take a Poison Ivy figure. And you know what? This is a great looking figure. It does somewhat look like the actress. I forgot her name, but it's okay though, because The detail on here on this headpiece looks really, really good. You got the green leaves for the eyebrows. Then you have a little bit of shadowing on the eyebrows right there. And then the eyes, the painted lips. The cheeks, it's kind of plain looking. I wish there was a bit more to it. I wish they added more paint on the cheeks compared like how they did it right here with Batgirl. Which is fine though overall. Then you got the very bright red stylized hair. Just look at the hair, the design. Very stylized hair. You got red, a little bit of like orange on there. Then you got a little leaf right here on top, which again looks really, really nice. And it also has this weird design here on the hair, because if you look at the, see right here on the card, also present here. So little details like that, come on camera, pick it up. Little details like that right there is why I like McFarlane. And so I gotta say, this headpiece, it's not the best, I'll be honest. It's not the best. Come on, camera, pick it up. There you go. It's not the best headpiece, but the detail is there. The design is there. Oh, you got a little leaf here on her ear as well, too. So, the face, so it's probably the weakest out of all of them so far that I've seen. But it still looks good, though. Don't get me wrong. It still looks good in terms of the actual face, but it's the weakest out of all of them. Then you have here the arm. The arm has this kind of like a light faded green. Then you have little roses on there. Plain, very thin arms. And you got more roses on there too on the wrist. And on her right arm or fist. Right fist is going to be like a closed. And then you got more detail there. Same design on the arms. Then you have here the torso. All the green leaves on there, and it does have a textured feel to it. This is going to sound weird, but it feels like there's actual leaves on it. It sounds weird, because it really does sound weird, and it looks kind of weird. But I'm telling you, you can feel it. It's a weird thing. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. It's not bad at all, but you can feel the leaves. It's just kind of weird, but it looks good, though. I like this torso. You got the painted green, dark green, light green, a little bit like yellow here in the front, a little bit on the side. Very detailed. And in terms of the skin itself, it's a little pinkish. I would say it's not as bad. Actually, you know what? It's a little bit... The skin color is a little brighter on her compared to Robin. Because I know Robin had like a pinkish look. But I would say in terms of pink color skin, this one's a little bit more, just a tad bit more, and I think it's because of the actual like shine to it. You see what I mean right here? Look at the chest right there. And so overall, this upper body Poison Ivy, I think is a great looking Poison Ivy. Just the face though is, again, it's not bad. It's just kind of like, I could have done a little bit better, but overall it looks good though. And then we have here the lower body. Does she do squats? I guess. It's a little bit more than Batgirl, but it's all good, though. And then here you have the lower body, which to me is a standout. You got that green leaf on here. I like how it's black. Then you have more design on the boots itself, more leaves. But what I like about it is just going to be the paint application. The shadowing going from, like, white spots right here, right? And then it goes into, like, dark green here. Even also on the back. Then you have shadowing more to black here to the lower body or into the boots itself, and this looks great, man. The paint application on here, it's a standout. It is a standout. Very subtle, but it looks really, really good. Even right here too, the whole like leaf right here, black. I like how it's black, and the actual thigh is kind of like light green with a little bit of white, and it stands out really well. You can see it even from a distance. You see right here, it stands out. And I gotta say, great looking paint application on the lower body. It looks really, really nice. Sculpture design isn't too detailed, but the paint though, the paint is the standout. And I'm really digging this paint. And so overall, I gotta say, great looking Poison Ivy figure. The detail, sculpture, the design, everything about it looks great. Even the hair, really long, bright hair. The only downside is going to be the face. That's my only gripe. But apart from that, though, I'm really digging this figure. And for this to be the first DC Multiverse Poison Ivy figure, it's a great start. The headpiece could be a little better, like I said, but it's okay, though, overall. And I'm really digging this figure. So of course, the main question is it really worth it? Should you go out and get these figures? Honestly, for $25 for what you're getting in detail, heck yeah, I think these are definitely worth the purchase price. You get, for $25, you get the Mr. Freeze figure. Yes, for Batgirl, there's not a lot of paint application, just black. But I'm telling you, all the money went to the headpiece. Similar to Batman and Robin, where a lot of the money, you can tell, went to the actual headpiece. Same thing with Batgirl. You can see where the money went into the headpiece on Batgirl. Poison Ivy, the headpiece, it looks good. It's just the face is a little weak. But the body itself, great, man. The paint application, especially on the legs, looks really, really, really nice. And so for $25, I think that's a really good deal. Apart from the price, though, what I think about these figures, come on. I really like these figures a lot. Batgirl, like I said, probably the best Batgirl McFarlane has ever made so far. And Poison Ivy, the first Poison Ivy figure we got for the DC Multiverse, a great addition to the DC Multiverse. So in conclusion, though, what do I give these two figures? Easily a thumbs up for me. These are a must-have in my honest opinion. Batgirl, man, I'm telling you, when you see it in person, you're going to be like, damn, headpiece looks really good. Then you see everything else, and you're like, damn, it's a good-looking figure. Then you have Poison Ivy, which is, the face is a little weak, but I'm telling you, the shadowing paint and also the torso, top-notch. So again, thumbs up for me for these two figures. Here we have Harley Quinn and, of course, Poison Ivy. The two Lovebirds. One you have more comic accurate, and, of course, Poison Ivy, live action, unfortunately, but it's okay, though. Great looking figure, like I said. And I think this works very well. Even though the face is more live action, not comic, but I still think these actually work very well next to each other. It can blend in very well. Here we have Batgirl from the Amazon Bat Family exclusive figure, and of course the Batman and Robin Batgirl figure. More comic accurate, live action. I like the paint application of this one, but man, just look at this. Look at this and look at this. Look at the body. Tell me which one looks better. Come on, you gotta admit, this looks really good. And on top of that, the face or the headpiece, like I said, to me this is the best Batgirl figure McFarlane's made so far. Here we have Catwoman from the Batman movie wave, live action Catwoman, next to live action Batgirl and Poison Ivy. I think this works very well. I think they blend in very well. You got a lot of design on Catwoman, of course Batgirl and Poison Ivy. And you know what? I think these work very well. So if you're wondering how this will look in terms of having the, I think they call it Gotham. No, not Gotham City, sorry. That's going to be Catwoman. Oh, and Harley Quinn. Oops, sorry. Anyway, so I got lost track. Here we have Catwoman next to, of course, Batgirl and Poison Ivy. Here we have all four figures standing next to each other. Robin, Batgirl, Batman, of course, Poison Ivy. They all look great. Great addition to the DC Multiverse. And yes, I know we're missing one. It's going to be Mr. Freeze, which I'll be doing a video of it. But I want to show you all four figures next to each other. And like I said, the headpieces on these look really good. But the weakest one is going to be that Poison Ivy. It's not bad. It's just like, could have been a little bit better. But it's all good, though, because, again, all of these look incredible. And to me, they're definitely a thumbs up for me. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me in these figures? Do you plan to purchase these figures? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of Batgirl and Poison Ivy from the Batman and Robin movie wave, and on to the next one.